We are back with another exciting week of SFL action.
Here we are in Tennessee for an exciting game as the Titans are ready to host the New England Patriots. You can see this home team is ready to take the field against the monstrous New England Patriots. This will be a very exciting game. See if the Titans can get their second win of the season. Excuse me, third win.
Patriots going into this game, one of only two undefeated teams here in the SFL, and the Titans as focused as ever, coming off of two back-to-back wins, looking to maybe continue the momentum here and be the first team in SFL history to defeat the Patriots. We'll see if that can happen here tonight. We'll see who's starting with the ball here. It looks like Fleck and Narciso are on the outside here, but no, alright, they're going to receive the ball.
It looks like we got Ryan Furlong here, hyped up for this game just like every other one of his teammates. Here's the kick, and this thing is underway here in Week 5. Narciso will receive the ball at about the 1 yard line. Ooh, and just gets pummeled right there at the 24-yard line. As we'll see Austin Fleck take the field.
Of course, the past 2 weeks for Austin Fleck here have been absolutely incredible, and this is going to be the biggest challenge for him yet since having those great games facing an incredibly strong Patriots defense.
We've seen 3 rushing touchdowns from Fleck in the past 2 games, as well as 5 rushing touchdowns from Narciso. So this team is definitely one that likes to run the ball between those 2 players. And here we'll see in their first play, Fleck is under center with Narciso in the backfield. Looking like we'll see a run, and we will. Narciso trying to get something, but gets just a few yards before being stopped by the Patriots defense. We'll look at this offense here, and like I said, a very rushing central team here, but the receivers are nothing to shy away from for sure. Fojo Kamonye and Grant Meacham, a couple of guys who had fantastic games last week, as well as Logan Smith, who we didn't see much from in Week 4, but maybe we'll see a resurgence tonight. Here's Fleck in the shotgun. And a pass down to the middle. And Fojo gets about 9 yards right there as a first down is picked up for the Titans.
So far, 2 plays, both very solid. Obviously, the Patriots defense going to be cracking down on the potential run plays from Narn, so we'll see just how often Austin Fleck is able to take it to the air here. To great effect here, passing it up. Ooh, but he's brought down Grant Meacham.
They're not getting a whole lot of yards per play, but you can tell that they are trying their best just to move down the field, and they definitely have done that very well so far. Zubaz had the tackle there.
It can be very, very hard to even move the ball at all against the Patriots. So the fact that they're able to push through, gained 8 yards on the last play here, looking to get another first down on the drive. Things could be a lot worse for the Titans, and now in Patriots territory. Great work for the Titans. A great play right there.
Once again, Grant Meacham gets the reception, nearing 20 yards today already. DJ Khaled there for the stop at the 45-yard line. Not bad, especially up against this Patriots defense, for the Titans to be performing the way they have been.
Exactly.
Hoping I'm not speaking too soon.
Oh, wow. What a tackle.
What a monstrous play. Brock Lesnar breaks through the blocker and pushes right up to get the sack.
Look at that. He was taken down, Brock Lesnar was, but he was able to pop back up to his feet just before Fleck was able to throw it. Great work by the defense there. He gets right back up for a sack.
It looks like Narin had or attempted to block there. And he tripped up Brock Lesnar, but not enough.
Good attempt, but now moved back on their own side of the 50. Not at all what the Titans wanted. But handing it up to Narin, surprisingly, not going to get them enough there. 3rd and long is what we will see. And here's the Patriots defense, which is oh so strong.
Absolutely. We've already seen DJ Khaled, but also players like Dave Tackle and the Shocker just had great games last week, and you could really pinpoint any player on this Patriots defense and say something good about him, that's for sure.
All around, very solid defense. One of the best, arguably #1 defense in the entire league. And right now, the Titans are starting to understand why that is. 3rd and
Back in week
17.
Yeah, we'll see. Here he got a pass from Fleck as he throws down deep to the right, and he'll have a completion, getting a big first down right there, getting about 20 yards on the reception, 22 yards to be exact. Grant Meacham will haul that one in. I was about to say, back in week 2 when these two teams met, Titans did not perform very well at all in really any aspect. Narin only ran for 56 yards in the entire game, his worst performance of this season. So we've seen him get stopped up quite a bit already tonight.
Ooh, and he's hit there.
And once again, won't get anything there. Still 3 rushes and 4 yards. I know it's early, but that's just showing what could be for this entire game for Nar Seaman. This could be more of a passing-based game for the Titans.
Absolutely. Something that I noted after seeing the Titans face off against the Patriots in week 2 was that Fleck really needed to take it to the air a lot more, and right here we can see why that works. As Logan Smith runs out of bounds there. Brings it up to 3rd and 3.
Good to see from Logan Smith once again. Definitely a star player here. Just one of the best personalities on this Titans team for sure. He hasn't gotten a receiving touchdown since week 3, so wondering if that'll happen again tonight. We'll see as Fleck runs up the middle,
runs it up,
getting into the red zone and a first down. Great play right there. Was able to find an open spot and just go with it. Ichabod Crane stops him up at about the 14-yard line.
It was great coverage by the Patriots defense on all the receivers, and Fleck having to make a snap decision to run it up the middle, and a great decision it was. Now not too terribly far from the end zone as they've broken into the red zone for the first time tonight. A very solid first drive for the Titans despite the loss in yardage that we saw earlier from the sack. Ooh, some motion on the field.
Changing it up a bit, it looks like, as Fleck runs back to the under center. Gives the handoff to Narin, who is just stopped at the line. Maybe gets a yard there. No, he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage, so a 2nd and 10 approaches from the 14-yard line.
Just looking way too difficult for Narin to make any big plays here. The Patriots defense absolutely scouting him out well. Ooh, fake there, but throws it deep. Oh, almost picked off.
Wow. Intended target was Fojo Kamonye, but a tip right there in the end zone to prevent a touchdown for the Titans. So 3rd and 10 is coming up now. Titans have definitely eaten up a lot of the clock on this drive already. We have yet to see the Patriots offense.
Fleck has definitely been feeling the pressure from this defense right now. He needs to make something happen. This is a very important play for the Titans in their first drive. It's caught!
Brought in touchdown for the Titans. And just as I called it, seeing a reception from Logan Smith in the end zone, giving the Titans 6. A very rocky first drive, but starting off pretty well, ending it with a touchdown right here. Patriots are definitely going to have to pay attention to the Titans' offense for the rest of this game and be able to respond to whatever they do.
A lot of highs and
Giles
lows.
A little frustrated here.
A lot of highs and lows on that drive, but eventually bringing it into the end zone is all that matters for the Titans. But we have a booth review to see if he actually was in bounds.
It was near the back of the end zone. I didn't quite get a good look at it. We'll see. Yeah, he was Master Ugandai and Kenyon Ruli both on him.
Looks good to me.
But it does look like a solid catch. Ball was brought in and both feet were in bounds, so this should go in as 6.
I agree. I think that's definitely it. And the points are still on the board.
Good call right there by the refs. Very, very excited is this Titans home crowd.
Exactly. Wow.
Coming into this game, very nervous for what might happen against the Patriots. The Titans already proving that they are a worthy opponent. 7-0 Titans.
Titans taking the lead here is exactly what they needed to make a statement to the Patriots. So now a lot of weight on the shoulders of the Patriots offense to respond. We'll see what they're able to make of it. The Titans just really, from week 3 onward, definitely seemed to come into their own. The first 2 weeks were really difficult for them, but since then they've definitely been playing at the top of their game, showing the team that we saw in the preseason once again, and that is exactly the team they needed to bring out on the field tonight against the Patriots. We'll see if they can hold it up on the other side of the ball.
Kick return here from the end zone. Ichabod Crane
Ooh, and he's still moving.
tried to find an open spot, getting up to the 27 and brought down. The American Dream is ready to take the field. Guile coming on out in week 4, having a pretty solid game up against the Denver Broncos. And all around, pretty much every player got their chance to shine. Most notably, Jontron had a great game, mainly in receiving, but still as a rusher, sharing that with Little Mac. So looking forward to seeing what this team can do tonight all around this offensive lineup.
Ooh, and he's breaking through. Jontron
Wow.
taken down after a pretty solid rush for 6 yards.
You can see he is ready to go. Luke Sturzma, beast on defense, getting the tackle there.
I'm very
See a second
excited.
and 4.
Very excited to see what kind of plays are called here by the Patriots offense because, as you mentioned, very solid all around. They shift focus depending on what opponent they're facing, but right now it looks like, no, I was going to say they're trying to rush it, but now going for a pass, and ooh, out of bounds.
Way off right there. But again, this Patriots offense, just seemingly everybody got their chance to shine last week. AJ Styles, a notable receiver. Don't see a lot of him, but when he comes up, he is ready to go and has put on some great plays throughout this entire season, as well as obviously one of the greatest receivers in the entire league, Andrew WK. You can see him on the field here. 3rd and 4. Can the Titans push a 3 and out?
It's dropped! Oh! They're going to mark it incomplete, but Xander was not able to hold on to it there. It wasn't a fumble, but it just didn't. The ball did not hit the ground yet, and there was just a mad scramble for it. It seems.
Wow.
No
Looks
one was
like it
able
was
to get
ripped.
possession.
It was ripped out of the receiver's hands, and he couldn't pull it in and make it complete. So a 3 and out for the Patriots here is going to
Wow.
start off their first drive.
Can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Didn't even get a first down. They're definitely going to have to reevaluate their play calls, but now Titans get the ball. 7 points in the lead as there's a touchback, and they'll start the drive at the 20-yard line.
Just looking at time of possession already, I mean, it's crazy to see that the Titans have had it for so long and were able to put a stop to the Patriots right there. I think that was just the fault of American Dream Guile, just not being able to make too many solid passes in that drive. But we did see the one rush from Jontron, so I'm sure that they're going to talk a lot more about their rushing game and if that's going to be their strong suit for tonight. Fleck is under center as they start off 1st and 10 from their own 20. Play action as he looks to pass short. Get to Grant Meacham once again. Haul it in, getting 9 yards on the play. Already 50 yards for Grant Meacham tonight.
Definitely taking it to the air, doing incredibly well for the Titans tonight. He's lining back, stepping far back here, likely going to go for another pass play. But no, decides to hand it off to Narno to get the first down. He pushes through. Great first down from Narin.
Very solid rush right there. We're already nearing the end of the first quarter, and it's just been a Titans-heavy game so far. Patriots really haven't gotten any chances here. A very interesting lineup here. You can see 5 Patriots lined up on the bottom of your screen here. But no, it's going to be a rush.
Oh, he
Wow,
just
and
juked the wrong way.
a great attention right there by Master Yugon Dai, rushing up and getting the stop on Narin, forcing him to only about 3 yards on that play. You might see one more play here before the end of the first quarter as Fleck is in the shotgun. 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line.
Another
We'll
run.
see another rush from Narin Seaman.
Taken down hard. And that'll be the end of the first
16 yards
quarter.
today. End of the first quarter. Again, very Titans heavy and a lot of good passing plays. Grant Meacham being a star receiver tonight, but it is very early in this thing, and we've only seen 3 plays from this Patriots offense, so I'm sure that we'll see some big ones coming up soon. 3rd and 4 coming up here to start off the second quarter for the Titans.
I'm sure that right now the Patriots offense is just trying to get that last drive out of their head and try to start fresh here. And the next play will determine if they'll get that opportunity. But passed up. Oh, and a great catch from
Once
Grant
again.
Meacham.
Ooh, big stop right there. It looks like maybe Kenny Unruly got the tackle there, but he's very upset that he allowed 25 yards for Grant Meacham. Great reception and a great run.
Yeah, this is definitely Grant Meacham's night right now. So far, only just over a quarter of play, but right now already at 75 yards receiving. And Giles angry that potentially it could become a 2-possession game, depending on what the Titans are able to make happen here, as they're getting closer and closer to the red zone.
On the opponent's 35, Fleck is under center, trusting Narin once again, and he just couldn't make anything out of that. And we haven't seen a whole lot from Narin Seaman, but let's not forget the performance he put on last week, putting on arguably the greatest player performance out of anyone this entire season. Just had an incredible game last week. Looking for a repeat here. But I don't know if he'll get it against the Patriots defense. Fleck passes.
Ooh.
Looks like Craig Sankey was the intended target, but it'll fall incomplete.
That pass was definitely overshot there. Not quite the correct aim he was looking for, but also Craig Sankey just wasn't able to get down the field because of the great work by the Patriots defense. Now a 3rd and 9 situation for the Titans. Got to be feeling the pressure a little bit because this would be a really long field goal. But it's caught by Craig Sankey.
Wide open down the middle, getting inside the red zone once again. Titans are non-stop so far in their passing game. Over 100 passing yards already. Solid play right there.
Absolutely, and definitely listening to potentially the advice that was given after their last face-off against the Patriots. Sticking to the pass plays more frequently, definitely doing a lot for the team.
Most notable thing about Craig Sankey is that he gets a lot of touches and a lot of receptions, but he is the only receiver that has not gotten a receiving touchdown yet. Looks like he'll go for him again.
Oh, that was almost his opportunity to negate that fact you just said, but 1st and goal nonetheless.
Still a great reception right there. Sankey is very, very good at hauling the ball in and getting it down the field, but yeah, he is just yet to get into the end zone. Been left more to the wide receivers. Wow. Forceful tackle right there.
He was definitely being a workhorse right now in the red zone, forcing it up the field. Now, 1st and goal, only 6 yards away for making this a very strong 2-possession game. Giving it back to Narin, but oh, he was able to break that first tackle, but just slowed long enough for DJ Khaled to take him down.
It's very unfortunate to see that, because this is nothing against Narin Seaman's performance as a running back. It's just this defense is very, very hard to go up against. And once again, the only lackluster game Narin Seaman has had all season was the one they had against the Patriots back in week 2. So it's nothing against him. Patriots are just very, very good with their rushing defense. So we'll see a pass here going to the end zone.
Ooh.
Incomplete. Wow, and very nearly picked off there by Brock Lesnar.
It was a very solid pass, but yeah, it definitely seems like for Narin Seaman, the Patriots defense is truly his kryptonite. He's not able to break through. Now in the second time we've seen these two teams face off, he's still not able to make things work, so wouldn't be surprised if the passing play is just what we see Austin Fleck default to against this team, but
third and goal here from the 10, and he'll get him into the end zone. Grant Meacham gets his second ever receiving touchdown. Very well executed, and it was just due for him to get a touchdown after his great performance in this game so far.
And much to the surprise of, I think, many, the Titans now even widening the lead, about to be 14-0. The Patriots just have not been able to get on the board yet, and they haven't been able to stop the Titans.
You talk about a home field advantage, and that's definitely playing in for the Titans here. 14-0 now, but once again, we have 4:36 left in this half. We've only seen 3 offensive plays from the New England Patriots. So if they are able to push through and not be forced to any 3 and outs, Patriots could definitely respond with something big. It's all up to this Titans defense to put a stop to it.
Absolutely, the Patriots, as we've seen in the past, able to make huge plays happen, able to have big scoring quarters. So absolutely, this game is far from done and dusted. The Titans definitely need to stay on their toes, especially on defense here, because yeah, as you mentioned, only 3 offensive plays from the Patriots so far. An unsuccessful first drive, but now they are fired up and focused. They know they cannot take the Titans defense lightly, and now with this kick, we'll see what changed in their game plan.
A return here from inside the end zone. Ichabod Crane.
Oh, Ichabod Crane still moving.
Position, breaks through across the outside, getting to the 30. And this is going to be the 3rd ever kicking return touchdown in the history of the SFL. What a way to respond there to 2 touchdowns from the Titans. Ichabod Crane will run this thing all the way to the other side of the field. Touchdown, Patriots.
So much for a new strategy from the Patriots offense. Guile won't even be stepping out on the field as the ball's going to be kicked back to the Titans now. What a great kick return touchdown. And all 3 kick return touchdowns we've seen so far in the SFL, surprisingly enough, have all come from different people. So now the club gets a little bit larger here as Ichabod Crane joins Dwight Schrute and Nara Narasimhan as the only players in SFL history to return a kick right into the end zone. And suddenly back to a 1-possession game as extra points good.
Great run right there. Very, just great blocking from the Patriots to allow that touchdown to happen. But yeah, we'll see the Titans come back out still in the lead, and this will definitely give them a shot to push all the way to the end zone once again. But yeah, very, very interesting that we're going to go even further without seeing more from this Patriots offense, even though they're not in a terrible position right now.
Yeah, and once again, this is going to play more to the strengths of the Titans dominating the play possession time. So much of this game has been the Titans on the offense, and it's going to continue here.
If I'm not mistaken, kick returns don't count towards time of possession.
They do not.
And so, yeah, so it'll be still just those 3 plays counting for the Patriots so far.
What a night Austin Fleck has already had with 4.5 minutes, just under that, left in the first half. Already 2 passing touchdowns in this game.
I don't think you could fault any of the Titans for that kick return touchdown. I think there was just some great blocking and a great run by Ichabod Crane to push all the way to the end zone. Though still, the Titans having a great game so far. That has been the weak spot. Just their rushing has not been all that great. And maybe getting the ball to Narn by passing it is the key, because we've definitely seen that he's a very ample receiver in these past few games. I don't know if that's the route they'll take. 2nd and 6 now with Fleck in the shotgun. Here's the snap.
Drops back for a pass. Caught by Fojo Kamonier.
Wide open. There he goes, right across the first down line, down to the 41-yard line.
for this hometown crowd, it's got to be so exciting to see your offense have the ball for so long and be able to make these drives really count. Another first down for the Titans, which, though they do have 7 points on the board, the Patriots haven't even gotten a single first down. We'll see if that changes, but right now, Narin once again getting the ball, but not able to make much happen of it. Only 2 yards there.
Slowly but surely, he's building up his stats for the night. But the passing, again, is where it's really lying. There's a name that we have not seen yet. Aaron Murnane, a receiver who has not touched the ball all this entire season. We saw him out in the huddle. Don't know if this will be his first night for a reception, but we'll see Fleck run it down to the outside, and he'll break through to get some more yards after juking. And a solid slide right there. That'll be a 24-yard rush. 200 total yards already for the Titans. Great job right there.
That was a great rush, and I definitely think that slide was perfectly timed, not going to risk getting hit by DJ Khaled there and potentially losing the ball all around. That is what you want to see in a QB scramble. And also, that gave them a lot of room to breathe. Now they're pretty deep in Patriots territory here. No stress about getting the ball further down the field, but it's given to Noah Ford, it looks like.
Is that Noah Ford? Wow, a very interesting call. And again, it's not the first time we've seen a defensive player come out for a reception in the SFL, but might be the first time the Titans have done it. Noah Ford will get a few yards on the reception.
All around, pretty good hands. A solid short pass there from the Titans, but draining down this clock a little bit more as we're about to see the 2-minute warning.
Wow.
A good rush there, though.
Very, very good rush as we go into the 2-minute warning now. The Titans inside the red zone for the third time tonight. 14-7 is the score. The Titans are gearing up for a third TD. At least that's what they want.
Only 20 yards to go here, breaking into the red zone.
And look at that, a very even play call breakdown. 15 rush and 15 passing, and here's another passing play to Narin, who will won't get anything, actually, just getting up to the line of scrimmage.
He was in a lot of coverage there. I don't know if passing it to Narin was the best decision there, but nonetheless, Narin did get the reception, but they have not moved whatsoever as it's 2nd and 10 on the Patriots 20. He drops back for a pass. Fleck looking for a receiver, and he finds one in Craig Sankey.
Pushing up to the 13-yard line. 3rd and 3 now. Patriots really going to need to get a stop here to prevent another touchdown from the Titans, but this would just be an easy chip shot for Max Monahan to put them up by a potential 10 points. 3rd and 3 now. We see Fleck under center. He'll look to pass again. Going to Craig Sankey, who won't get across the first down line. And a timeout is called by the Titans. They are eager to get into the end zone once again, and I'm sure they did not expect the game to be going the way it has when they came into this thing. 61 seconds until they go into the locker rooms.
This is definitely a huge moment for the Tennessee Titans, doing so well this game, and they want to get into the end zone and potentially secure a solid lead to become perhaps the first team to ever defeat the Patriots. But
wow, and that's
sack.
As if on cue, you see a major sack right there on a 1st and goal. Push the Titans back all the way to the 14-yard line. And with being this close to the goal line, they've shown that rushing is not exactly what can get them in the end zone or get them any further. So it looks like they're going to have to rely on passing. 2nd and goal. Fleck is in the shotgun again. He'll
take him
pass,
down
and
again.
One more sack. A 3rd sack on Austin Fleck tonight. Push him all the way out of the red zone now.
Wow, back-to-back sacks. Suddenly, the Patriots defense absolutely turning it on, showing the world, the Patriots defense, we are used to seeing back-to-back sacks, taking them back out of the red zone all of a sudden. Not at all what the Titans offense wants to see with less than a minute left in the first half. Just only up by 7 points here. It's 3rd and goal. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Austin Fleck go for something big here, but he's under center. We'll see what he decides to do here.
Another pass dropping all the way back to the 31-yard line. He'll get a deep pass off, and it's Craig Sankey! Touchdown, Craig!
Craig Sankey with his first ever career touchdown in the main season here. Look at him go.
Wow, and a great pass by Austin Fleck, getting it into the hands of Craig. And you could tell he's very, very excited to finally bring one into the end zone. Good play right there.
A long time coming for Craig Sankey, finally able to step into the end zone. And what a time to do it. Such an important play there, and now to make it a 14-point game. The kick is good. 21-7 is the current score, and wow.
And the Titans could not be feeling any better about what has been going on in this game. One major kick return touchdown for the Patriots, but that is it. That is all they've allowed. It has been the Titans' game all over this thing. And now the Patriots are going to get the ball. Just 27 seconds remaining in the half. And I believe the Patriots will be receiving the ball at the beginning of the second half, so I'm assuming we'll see a lot more from New England's offense in the coming 2 quarters of this game.
Of course, Ichabod Crane potentially looking to get another kick return touchdown. We'll see if he's able to make it happen, but the kick is up. Nonetheless,
it's always the goal, but yeah, he'll bring this one out from the end zone.
Goes again.
Trying to get to the same, going to the outside to the left, but yeah, they were ready for that one. Getting the stop there at the 27-yard line, and 22 seconds remain as Guile returns to the field for the first time in this quarter.
Yeah, unbelievable to say so, but with only 22 seconds left in the first half, this is only the second time Guile has walked out on the field. But now he wants to make this a lot more effective than the first time he was out there. They didn't get a first down in their first drive, but now would be surprising if they're trying to shoot for the end zone just to narrow the gap a little bit, but we'll see just how safe Guile is looking to play here. Now going for a run instead. Oh, but he's brought down.
Wow. Great tackle and the stop right there, but it looks like it will result. Ooh, actually no. It'll be on the offense. Peter Griffin, the center, will get called for a holding penalty. So they are throwing away that last play, and coming up will be a 1st and 20. And yeah, it looks like the Patriots are going to play it safe here. Just hand it off, especially now that they're backed up inside their own 20. Going to see another rush from Little Mac here.
It has been such a hard night for the Patriots, and that penalty just showing it even further. Still 2nd and 16 here, but I think they're going to let it run out.
I couldn't imagine being a Patriots fan here, not only watching your team losing by this much going into the half, but also just not getting to see their offense play at all. It's been a very defensive-heavy game for the Patriots, and we'll see if that changes at all going into the second half.
Overall, offense is dominated by the Titans, but we'll see what changes in the second half of this game. And we are back with the second half, and I can't believe what I'm saying, but the Patriots down by 2 whole possessions right now. The Titans have just had a stranglehold on this whole game. The Patriots have had the ball for somewhere only around a minute and a half this entire game, which is absolutely unbelievable, but they're about to add a little bit more to that time right now as the next possession for them begins. Ichabod Crane looking to get another kick return touchdown.
Wow.
He had a good run, but he is brought down hard by Noah Ford.
Totally wrapped up right there. 45 yards per return, and we all know why that number is so high. Ichabod Crane, if you could name one star player from the Patriots tonight, it would be Ichabod Crane, because even though we haven't seen much from the Patriots offensively, we cannot denote that fantastic kick return brought all the way to the other end zone, putting up the only points the Patriots have scored all game. Now we're going to see the Patriots offense once again come back out. Titans are ready for this.
They've had some time to think about things in the locker room. We'll see how much that's able to show up on the field. Oh, but looks like we might have a solid run from Littleback. Oh, he jukes the wrong way, though, and he's taken down before he can even get the first down. Only 4 yards that time.
No Ford and Ashton Igo there to put a stop to Little Mac's run. And I remember noting all of the best players from this Patriots offense earlier, but we just really haven't gotten a chance to see from any of them. Jontron and Little Mac have gotten a few runs here and there. Guile hasn't even completed a single pass. We'll see if that changes here as he looks to pass, going to the right, and it will be completed.
Ooh. Taken down.
96.
Forrest Rutko.
Wow.
Bringing
up from time to time.
Bringing up a backup tight end here. Interesting play, but all around a very solid player is Boris Rutko in his own right, and he's the first receiver on the team to receive a pass successfully, so can't deny him that. Right now, maybe finally the fortune of the Patriots will change as they have moved in to Titans territory for the first time all night.
A fake handoff. You see Guile looking to pass once more as the defense slowly approaches. Guile goes deep down the middle, and it's completed inside the red zone. Caught by Inspector Xander, I believe.
Inspector Xander takes that, and wow, making up for his unfortunate incompletion earlier in the night where he almost had it but just wasn't able to bring it in. And just huge plays we've seen already so far from the Patriots on this drive, starting to seem like a return to form for them in this half.
Absolutely. And I think that the Titans, the big thing that they wanted to make sure they did in the locker rooms is to make sure they're remembering the team that they're playing against. This is one of the few undefeated teams in this entire league. And now the Patriots here on the 11-yard line.
Ooh, Xander had the snap.
He took the snap, and I believe that's a play we have seen before from this team, but it just did not work out. Aiden Murnane was there to put a stop to it as they'll lose 5 yards on the play.
It is a play that we've seen most typically from the Atlanta Falcons, the other undefeated team here in the SFL, where 30's Milkman on that team would receive the snap. But Xander here took it, but unsuccessful there. It's a very difficult play to pull off, so unsurprisingly, the center will give it to Guile here. On the 17, 2nd and 15 here. Oh, he steps back, though. A lot of pressure, but it's caught by Jontron, who's able to bring it down. Touchdown!
Finally, the Patriots will get an offensive touchdown, and Jontron's very, very happy about that one. Pulling it in, and that took them no time at all. Titans, very eye-opening first drive for the second half. And that momentum that they had in the first half, it'll be something that they need to keep up throughout this entire second half. 4:41 now is remaining on the clock.
Wow, what a solid drive there from the Patriots. The beginning was a little rocky, but then they just started moving it. And just like that, less than halfway through this quarter.
2 minutes and 16 seconds. That's all they needed this time around. Just very, very crazy stuff.
What
Absolutely
a solid
return to
drive.
form.
That is the Patriots that we expected to see against this, but the Titans built themselves up a nice cushion in the first half, still up by 7 as they're about to get the ball again, as Maxwell Powers ready to kick this ball down to Nar Seaman here, who is lined up in the end zone, and he is hype, he is fired up, he knows that there is a serious game of football on their hands, and now is their chance to fire back.
Receiving the ball at the goal line, he takes it across the 10 and the 20, and completely annihilated right there at the 22-yard line. What a stop.
Hassan absolutely smothering Narin, but look at what we've seen in the first half from the Titans.
Spread around between quite a few different receivers, Grant Meacham, Logan Smith, and Craig Sankey getting his first touchdown reception of the season. But just great offensive plays all around for this Titans passing team. It's just with their rushing game that they've really been stopped throughout this entire thing. And that's just a shame for Nara Seaman, who has shown that he is one of the greatest players in the entire league.
Absolutely. His flame has been snuffed out by the Patriots tonight. And Austin Fleck, unsurprisingly, starting with a pass, a solid one at that. And wow, Grant Meacham is thrown down, but another first down swiftly taken by the Titans.
That's definitely their strong suit, and I think it's time for the Titans to recognize that. The rushing game just has not been working out, and every time they pass, it more often than not is something good for the Titans. And right now, only being up by a touchdown against the Patriots team, who seems to have really gotten amped up throughout the entire halftime, it's definitely something that they're going to want to continue to do for the Titans.
Halftime definitely has changed these Patriots, and I think the Titans are starting to realize that, and they need to make good. Oh!
Wow!
He dodges Hassan, and he's still moving, but
Holy cow. Definitely looked like Alternate Hassan was trying to get Alternate Hassan was trying to get a big stop right there. But Naran was just way too quick for him.
Those are the skills that we've seen from Naran. They're still coming into play in this game, despite the fact that the rushing hasn't been the best for them. A lesser running back would have been tackled behind the line there, but Naran is no average running back, and wow, another huge pass. Craig Sankey receives the ball once again. He's gained 78 yards and a touchdown.
This is definitely Craig Sankey's greatest game. Just good to see from him. He had a lot of hype going into just the regular season and was overall pretty silent. Got quite a few receptions and was normally the top receiver of most of the past games. But once again, just nothing really major and obviously no touchdowns. But it's definitely changing here. Craig Sankey having a great game so far. Under center now, Austin Fleck.
No Ford in motion here.
Seeing him on offense once again. See a handoff to Nar Seaman, who will get a great juke right there and push forward 10 yards to pick up a fresh set of downs for Tennessee. DJ Khaled getting his fifth tackle.
Halftime might have done some good for the Titans here as well. Naran looking already so much better in the second half than he did in the first. Who knows what the second half could hold in store for these two teams. They look completely different from their first half counterparts, but both teams still looking phenomenal.
For sure. This Patriots defense still has been top-notch through this second half so far, but you're right, Naran has definitely been able to pull off a lot more great runs. 5 wide now. We'll see A. Fleck get the snap as he passes it to Craig. We'll get down at about the 22-yard line.
It was a good catch from Craig Sankey, but he just wasn't able to get the motors going and run forward. He's taken down almost instantly after bringing it in. Still a solid catch, gaining some yardage for the Titans here, but the Patriots defense absolutely on fire as always.
Now over 200 passing yards for Fleck tonight. All around, just great job for the Titans offense. Here comes another play here on 2nd and 4. Looking to pass once again. We'll pass down the middle to Grant Meacham.
That was close.
Tried to get a spin, but I believe it was enough. No, well, he stopped just short of the first down line. Yikes. 3rd and inches now.
Very close call from the line judges there, but Grant Meacham able to bring it up to 3rd and inches. This would be an incredibly crucial first down for them if they're able to extend the lead to 2 possessions again. Giving it to Naran. No, fake handoff, and it's caught by Craig Sankey.
Craig Sankey. Coming in clutch. Craig has come in clutch a lot in the red zone. Mostly, we've seen just a lot of big 3rd down plays get thrown right to Craig Sankey as he nears 100 receiving yards on the night.
Absolutely. This is the night for Craig to shine, it definitely seems. His best night in his entire career, and he's making it count. Moving the chains and now giving them a 1st and goal once again.
This is exactly what the Titans have needed to do through this drive, responding to the Patriots' offensive touchdown. They just need to keep pushing and keep scoring, and that's what they're hoping to do here with 5 yards to go till the end zone on a 1st and goal. We'll see a run here. No. Pass from Fleck. Getting it to Craig once again. Once again, and he is once again very, very amped. that he has his second receiving touchdown in a single game.
Wow. What a wonderful, wonderful night for Craig Sankey. Absolutely giving it his all. Got his first and his second receiving touchdowns of his career already tonight.
Coach is very, very proud of Craig, and well-deserved praise for him for sure. This will be the fourth extra point kick attempt for Monahan as he drills it, putting them up 28-14, 55 seconds left in the third quarter.
What I realized as well is not only are the Titans able to make it far down the field with each of these drives, but they've never even had to settle for a field goal. They've been able to get it in the end zone consistently, which is so spectacular to see, especially against the Patriots defense.
That's right, no field goals and no punts. They've had 4 drives and 4 touchdowns. Just a great game for the Tennessee Titans. What more could you ask for, especially when you're playing at your home field against the greatest team in the AFC? There's another return from Ichabod Crane as he'll take it from the end zone, get brought down at the 23-yard line.
He was forced to run into the middle there, which was definitely what the Titans defense needed, because as we saw, running on the outside can spell doom on a kick return. But now Guile back out on the field, and the last drive seemed to be typical Patriots. We'll see if that momentum will finally continue to carry over for the Patriots. But if the Patriots are not able to take the lead in this game, then you can definitely just trace the failure of the Patriots tonight back to the first half, which was just so unfortunate for them.
We'll see Guile under center.
Oh, but a flag on the play!
Down the middle. Inspector Xander. Flag is down. Will this be brought back? Yes, it will. And what a stinger. Once again, Peter Griffin will get called for holding. That just hurts for the Patriots. Wow.
Wow. And now the coach is lashing out, and there's a lot of anger from the Patriots sidelines, and understandably so. What a great play. Great pass play from Guile, but Peter Griffin causing another penalty, and now they're deeper in their own territory. Oh, Jontron taken down. He made a good juke there at the beginning. He was able to slip by, but only able to gain 2 yards there. Aiden Murnane was able to bring him down. Clock is ticking down. This third quarter is about to come to an end. Guile needs to make something happen right now for the Patriots. Throws it. Caught, but oh, it looks like Andrew W.K. had the ball there, but he wasn't able to get it to the first down, 3rd and 9. And that's the end of the third quarter. And the box score here really tells you everything that you need to know. The first half, absolutely phenomenal for the Titans. They were able to get 21 points. And that is absolutely, opposed to the Patriots 7, is where the game was really decided for the Titans so far, and it is up to the Patriots to make the second half a perfect inverse of that. We'll see if they can make it happen. Oh, but an overshot pass, and unfortunately for the Patriots, once again tonight, 4th down. They were going to have to punt it away. 9 yards to go. Going for it here would just be far too dangerous, I think, and there's still a whole quarter left to play, but we'll see just how dire it is. Guile's still looking like he might be staying out on the field, but he is.
Wow. We're going to see him go for it here, 4th and 9. Very good call. They're expecting the Titans to score again on their next drive, so they don't want to go in with 14 points, and it'll be successful.
Clement Gorsk with such an important catch there. He jumps over the defender to make the catch, and the chains move once again. The game is not over. The Patriots' dreams of winning this game and continuing their undefeated streak have just been revived by Clement Gorsk and Guile.
Yeah, a great call right there by the Patriots. We all thought that was just the end of the drive, but Guile had other plans in mind, and they are still pushing now with a fresh set of downs from their own 42-yard line, trying to forgive the mistake of Peter Griffin's holding penalty that got rid of that earlier pass, and now we see a great one again to Inspector Xander. This time it'll go through as they push to the Titans' 45-yard line.
Now the Patriots definitely so fired up after Clement Gorsk made such an important catch there, and Guile just working non-stop. The whole team's looking like a well-oiled machine all of a sudden, and another successful catch and another first down, it seems. We'll see what the line judges say. I think they got it, though. He did. And wow, the Patriots looking as we always expected them to, constantly getting solid plays here. And not a moment too soon. 5.5 minutes left in the final quarter of play. The Patriots need to get in the end zone on this drive. Throws it deep! Xander caught again. Looks like he might have fallen out of bounds there to stop the clock, perhaps. Now the Patriots do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
They obviously don't want to wait until they run out of time, or they don't want to risk running out of time. 5:20 is left, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if they score here, see them go for an onside kick. They just really want to catch up to the Titans as soon as they can.
Absolutely. It's far too dangerous to let the Titans have a full drive, so an onside kick might be a perfect risky option. A.J. Styles gets a good catch, but surprisingly not able to bring it home. Only 6 yards on his first reception of the night.
Noah Ford with his 4th tackle of the day. Now a 2nd and 4 coming up at the 8-yard line for the Patriots. Titans going to need to do everything they can to put a stop here. We see Guile under center.
Gives it
and
to
up
Little
to Little Mac.
Ooh, he gets the first down, though. But the clock continues to tick down. Only 5 yards to go.
He won't get the first down.
Oh, no. Wow.
It will be a 3rd and inches, so a great stop right there by the Titans. I couldn't see exactly which player it was, but yeah, I definitely assumed that Little Mac had pulled through and gotten the first down, but no, we will see a 3rd and inches, a big one at that. As we see Guile in the shotgun, he'll take the snap, standing at the 13, throwing to the end zone, touchdown! That will be Clement Gorsk, I'm sorry.
Clement Gorsk gets his first of the night.
Put the Patriots up to 20 points now, one possession game. And the Titans are in a very scary situation now. They don't want to let go of what they built up this entire game.
I'm sure that the fans here in Tennessee are waiting with bated breath as now a single-digit lead, but there's a booth review to make sure that the receiver's feet were in bounds.
And they would have to review this. They review every scoring play, but this is a major call here. I don't know. Did he get to drag? It looks like he did, but I'm not sure. Have possession?
It's all a question of where he had possession. We'll see what the officials decide. Here?
All right, they will give it to him.
The points stay on the board, and they'll go for the extra point. Oh, and that's heartbreaking for these Tennessee fans here. You could hear how disappointed they were to find out that that play will stand. And now a lot resting on the shoulders of Tennessee after this extra point attempt by Maxwell Power. I'm interested to see what's going to happen, as they're just going to have barely over 4 minutes. Trying to run down that much time on the clock is going to be incredibly difficult. And something that we know about the Patriots as well is that their defense is extremely capable of forcing situations that could lead to defensive touchdowns. Great at forcing fumbles, interceptions, all around a strong defense. So you have to imagine that the Titans are going to double down on protecting the ball as much as possible. And the kickoff's away, though, to see where they will start this drive. Oh, Narin spins! That spin helped him gain so much more yardage. He almost got stopped. What a great run there from Narin. As Grant Meacham, as you can see here, what a night he's had as well. Over 100 yards on 8 receptions and a touchdown.
just across the board, the Titans have had some fantastic receivers this entire game. That's been their major key to topping the Patriots so far in this game, just has been the passing game.
It's like Narn might get a touch here, and he does. He's going to run it up the middle. He gets more yards. A fumble! And he drops the ball, and Ichabod Crane recovers it. The Patriots have the ball on the Titans 36, and this is just what I mentioned, right when it becomes so important. A turnover forces the Patriots to be in the driver's seat here. Oh, what a heartbreaking fumble for Narn there. The last thing that he needs to feel right now is that might cost his team the game, but now Patriots with the ball just like that. Oh, but there's a booth review.
Another booth review. The refs are being very thorough with their calls tonight.
Ooh. Was he down before the ball was out? It looked close, but I definitely think that honestly Narn might have been down before, and they're going to reverse the call. He was down. It was no longer a fumble.
And that just would have been another bad thing for his stats in this game tonight. So it's a good thing that Narn was able to hold on to the ball just for long enough for it to be reversed.
What a sigh of relief.
For sure. Would have been a huge deal, but instead we'll see a toss out to Narn. And sweeped up right there.
He's getting
now
hit
facing
hard.
A third down. Titans have done an incredible job this entire game, but that could all change if they don't convert here. They are not in the best field position, and they would be it would be such a great disappointment for the Titans if they were to just fall short at the end of this thing in these final few minutes. Now under 3 minutes to go, we'll see Fleck in the shotgun. And they're draining the clock as much as they possibly can.
Looking to gain those yards, looking to get the first down. He's running, but no! Oh, I do not agree with Fleck's decision there to try and run it. I understand the thought process, but the clock will continue to tick down as they are going to suffer heartbreaking fourth down.
Definitely felt the pressure right there, and maybe it was just a panic move, but yeah, that is an extremely costly play for the Tennessee Titans, and now it's just up to the New England Patriots to respond and push it into the end zone, which could possibly force the first overtime of the entire season. We're going to see the punt here right before the end, or right before the 2-minute warning, excuse me.
And the 2-minute warning will hit right now. And 7 points is all that separates these two teams. The Patriots, this drive, without a doubt, the most important of the entire night. And given the circumstances of how their season has gone so far, honestly, the most important drive they've faced so far in the SFL. Their entire win-loss record, their undefeated streak is on the line here, and I think Guile and the rest of the team realizes that. We'll see just how hard they can push. Needing to make something happen with less than 2 minutes of play, and it's caught by Jontron. 20.
Wide open. Jontron will pull this one in for the biggest play of the night. Wow. And I said before, Jontron is a very great running back, but he's also an incredible receiver, and we see that here. First play of their drive, hauls it all the way in to the end zone. And then Maxwell Power will come out to tie this thing up.
Absolutely, and definitely looking likely that we will see overtime here in the SFL. What a close game between these two. The first half absolutely getting dominated by the Titans, but the Patriots really bringing their A game for the second half, and now one kick away for being tied for the first time since the initial kickoff. And 28-28 Patriots mounting a phenomenal comeback, doing everything it takes to retain their undefeated streak.
Taking barely any time off the clock. Just right away, a major pass play. Now we're going to see the Titans once again come on out. 1 minute and 50 seconds remain in this regulation, I guess I should say. We could be facing overtime, but 1 minute 50 seconds is still plenty of football, time for plenty of football, especially when both teams have all of their timeouts remaining. So
Absolutely.
we could see the Patriots offense once again. You never know. Narin is one of the 3 people in the SFL to get a kickoff return touchdown. It's all up in the air. He'll run this thing out and get brought down at about the 26-yard line. And now we look again at Narin Seaman, who has been the weak link of this team tonight. Very surprising when you look at it compared to his stats from last week's game, but once again, it's just all because of this stellar Patriots defense that have been putting stops to the running game, both from Narin Seaman and Austin Fleck. It's mainly been in the passing that the Titans have excelled in, and that's what's put them up with 28 points so far.
We'll see what Fleck decides to do here, dropping back for a pass. Not too surprising, and swatted away. Ooh, would have been very dangerous if that was picked off, but Dave Tackle able to stop that, and now the Patriots defense, white hot right now, completely shutting that play down in an instant.
This is very similar to what we saw last week with the Titans and the Browns. The Browns had a fantastic game overall, but ended up losing. And might be seeing that from the Titans here. We'll see. But Craig will fumble it! Craig receives the ball and fumbles it at the 20. Dave Tackle will get the ball back and pick it up with 1:36 to go. Now, Patriots have a ball inside the red zone. Oh my goodness.
And perhaps overtime might not be in our future. What a soul-crushing fumble from Craig Sankey. No need to question that with a booth review. It was clear as day. And now the Patriots offense back out on the field. Any points at all could effectively secure this game for them. And what a heartbreaking end, perhaps, for what was such a great game for Craig Sankey.
Absolutely. I mean, that's big stop right there on Little Mac. That's just it's such a hard stat to tack on from still an incredible game from Craig. 2 touchdown receptions, over 100 yards. I mean, it's just such a shame that had to happen the way it did. But maybe the Titans defense can pull off a miracle. Little Mac, now he'll run it up, and there it is. A touchdown for the Patriots, and that is huge for their team. And Little Mac definitely very, very happy about that one. Going to set them up, possibly being up by 7 with 1:07 remaining in the game. Plenty of time, I believe, for the Titans to respond, but now that would be the most important drive for the Titans 100%, because they need to score on this next drive if they have any desire to beat the only undefeated team in the AFC.
Such a close game suddenly. And now the Patriots, for the first time all night, taking the lead from the Tennessee Titans. Titans realize just how important this next drive is, but by that same merit, so does the Patriots defense. And we'll see what they're able to make happen after that last drive. Might have cost them the game with a heartbreaking mistake from Craig Sankey. And the crowd here in Tennessee has gotten a lot more quiet in the second half. and you can see
It is.
why.
It has been a fantastic second half for the Patriots. They have put on such a great performance, getting 4 of those 5 touchdowns in this half alone. Just a great comeback after that Titan-heavy first half. See if their Patriots can put a stop to the Titans here so they can pull through with their 5th win of the season. Narn will take a knee in the end zone.
Saving time on the clock also by doing that. Just over a minute. 67 seconds are what the Titans have to tie this game up and force us into overtime. We'll see if they're able to do it, but we'll see if the nerves are going to have any effect on them tonight as they're staring down the barrel of the gun here. A fired up Patriots defense who just successfully won a turnover on their last drive. But Fleck is ready, and he gets the ball, dropping back for a huge pass, it seems, and he throws it down. It's caught by Focho Camoni. Another fumble!
Another one. Another fumble, and that's it. Master Ugandai will get the recovery, and Titans just... That they have fallen... That is the quickest I've ever seen a team fall apart. I mean, being so great in, I'd say, everything but the final 2 minutes. And then this happens. I just... 2 fumbles within 2 minutes. It's heartbreaking, to say the least. For the Titans fans, for this organization, for everyone. I mean, the Patriots, yes, they are the greatest team in the league, and I don't think the Titans had high expectations, or the Titans fans had high expectations going into this, but to have such a great game for that long and stay that consistent over the Patriots and then just completely fall apart in the end, it's just, it's soul-crushing. Once again, we'll see Little Mac run. And it looks like the Titans are not giving up yet, calling another timeout, but I don't think that's going to do them much good. We see the Patriots already down to the 30. Ashton Igo was able to get his first tackle.
And what was seeming like it was going to be the greatest day of celebration here in Tennessee is a day of heartbreak, as it's all but written that the Patriots will walk out of this still undefeated.
I don't think we can denote how great this Titans offense has done all throughout this game, but you still, it's unbelievable that it switched up that soon and that quickly over 2 plays. Another run here from Little Mac, and just pushing through. Wow. Great job by Little Mac right there.
That's the final timeout from the Titans here, and we'll see if the Patriots are able to get into the end zone here. It's 3rd down. Little Mac wasn't quite able to get the first there, but overall, of course, looking at the first half as well, you can guarantee the Titans did better than their last outing against the Patriots, but nonetheless, the result is the same. With a knee, we're probably just going to see... Oh, well, it's 4th down, so... And
yeah,
they'll have to make a play.
It looks like they're going to bring out the field goal team, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring this down to the final few seconds and have the final play be a field goal kick. Or will there be more time? I don't know.
Seems like
they're
that.
definitely
Though the result is the same, a great game for the Titans. Losing
2 seconds are going to remain. 2 seconds will remain for the Titans to return, but you're right. That will be the final nail in the coffin. And most likely, this will be the final score of this game, 38-28. Great comeback by New England in just a heartbreaking game for Tennessee. Great players, great performances all around, and I'm sure both of these teams are just ready to move on to Week 6.
What I truly cannot wait for is the final showdown we will see between these two teams later in the main season. These two teams will face off one last time, and we'll see just what is going to happen in that game. But here is what seems to be the end of the game here. Going to take a knee in the end zone. Austin Fleck will have one play.
Narin is going to trust his offense and that enthusiasm. I know it doesn't show much in that return, but I'm just assuming what's going through Narin's head is he just wants to pull off one more play with this Titans offense, and that's something you have to respect about this team. They are a very, very entertaining and fun team to watch both on and off the field. Clock hits 0. Fleck will look around, going for a deep bomb. Major pass, and will be tipped up in the air and not received.
But that's the end of the game.
Will be the end. 38-28, the Patriots will move on to be 5-0, while the Titans will become 2-3 once again with a losing record. We'll see these two face off once again in Week 8. It'll be a very, very exciting game for sure.
Thanks for watching. Of course, Dave Tackle with a game-defining fumble recovery, and as you can see, the box score right there tells the whole tale of this game. All around, great football. But we'll take a look at the stats here. Each team had great plays in their own right, but nonetheless, the beast that is the New England Patriots have not been stopped. The undefeated streak here in the AFC will continue, and we'll see you next time for some more SFL action. Thank you for joining us tonight.